I know that recently I have been making more videos on romance themes and romance-based content such as anime and visual novels than I have anything else, but I wanted to take a step away from this romance theme that I've been focusing on lately and talk about one of my favorite anime movies that I've honestly ever seen. So a few years ago, I was looking for something to watch, and actually I believe it was during lockdown when I was looking for something to watch, and I stumbled upon this movie called Jin-Rou, the Wolf Brigade.
映画 Jin-Rou.
After reading the summary and taking a look at it, I decided to give it a shot, and boy am I glad that I did. Jin-Rou, as I'll just call it from now on, is a masterpiece of storytelling that doesn't get nearly the attention that it deserves. Jin-Rou isn't your typical anime. It's a deep and thought-provoking story about a post-war Japan where the war didn't go the way that it did in history, and Japan becomes a battleground for ideologies and human nature, honestly. It's not just a movie, it's an experience that challenges your perceptions and immerses you in a chilling and a beautifully crafted narrative. So let's dive into a little bit of history about the film. So Jin-Rou was released in 1999 and was directed by Hiroyuki Okiura. The script for Jin-Rou is actually written by Mamoru Oshii, which is the genius behind Ghost in the Shell. If you have never heard of that, then you need to go check that out as well. Jin-Rou stands out as a thought-provoking film that's honestly a breath of fresh air when it comes to anime. I've seen so many anime that just try and copy what other anime do, whether it's the theme, character tropes, or even just the story in general. But Jin-Rou is a unique anime film that really does not get enough attention. But it blends a gripping narrative with beautifully done animation, especially for its time. Alright, but let's get a little bit more into the story behind the film, something that's obviously important. So, Jin-Rou is set in an alternate history of post-war Japan where the country is under strict martial law. The plot centers around Kazuki Fusei, a member of an elite counterterrorism unit known as the Wolf Brigade. The story begins where, during a mission, things go wrong and a young girl dies right in front of him. He then begins to question his own humanity and the brutal regime that he serves. But one of the most striking aspects of Jin-Rou is its deep and complex narrative. The film goes into themes of loyalty, identity, and the blurred lines between man and beast. It's actually inspired by the German fairy tale Little Red Riding Hood, something that I think actually takes away from the film in some aspects, but we're not going to talk about that. But it's not just the story that is captivating, it's also the animation. I mean, for 1999, when it released, it has beautiful animation. It's produced by Studio IG, and every single frame is beautifully made. Whether it's in the character designs, the backgrounds, or anything else, the attention to detail is beautiful. One of the things I love about the art in this film is that it's taken on a more realistic style, and it really enhances the atmosphere of the film overall. The use of light and shadow work creates a sense of tension that you can feel throughout the entire film. And don't forget, it has an amazing sound design too, with a beautiful score by Hajime Mizoguchi, which perfectly complements the tone of the movie. Another aspect of Jin-Rou that makes it unique is its pacing. Now, I'm not going to say that this is a 100% positive in the film, as sometimes I do feel as though the movie does get a little bit slow in its pacing, a little too slow for my taste, but overall it adds a really unique feel to this movie. This isn't a fast-paced action movie filled with constant battles and high-octane action sequences. No, this is more of a slow burn. It allows the viewers to truly immerse themselves in the universe of Jin-Rou and really get to delve into the psychological turmoil of the characters within. The deliberately slower pacing, while not perfect, perfectly complements the theme and the narrative of this film. Each scene in this film truly means something, and it makes the emotional moments truly resonate so much more deeply with you whenever you watch it. And that slow pacing also tends to heighten the tension of the film. By taking his time, Jin-Rou builds an atmosphere of suspense and unease that keeps you at the edge of your seat. You're truly given the chance to absorb even the smallest of details in this film. You get to see the nuanced expressions of the characters and the weight of the emotions that they're feeling. And this pacing makes it so that whenever you do get the action scenes, they're even more impactful as they're not constantly happening throughout the film. This also allows for a deeper exploration of the main character of Jin-Rou, which is Kazuki Fusei. Through his eyes, we get to see the moral ambiguity throughout the film and the emotional turmoil that it takes on him. After the incident at the beginning of the film, he begins to question loyalty and humanity and whether or not he should continue with what he is doing. The slow pacing of the film allows you to truly see just who he is, and it gives you time to connect with him on a much deeper level. While the pacing isn't perfect, I do appreciate it, as a lot of action-based anime try to fit as much action into the anime as they can and lose out on some of the story within because of this. And let's not forget about voice acting. The voice acting in this anime film is incredible. I want to specifically shout out Yoshikatsu Fujiki, as his performance as Kazuki Fusei is really, really well done. Now, to wrap things up, I don't want to get into the details of the story or anything, as I want you to go watch it for yourself. I'm hoping that this video will convince you that you should give Jin-Rou the Wolf Brigade a chance, as it's not just a film, it's truly an experience that challenges and captivates you on multiple levels. One thing I really like is that Jin-Rou dares to venture into the dark recesses of human nature, and it offers a story that is as thought-provoking as it is stunning visually. This movie has a lot of symbolism and is very complex emotionally, and it's something that I really do hope that you'll give a chance. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hey look, I made a video again. It's been what, 8 months? I don't know, something like that. Maybe 9 by the time this gets out. Who knows? I apologize. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you. It could be next week, it could be next year, it could be when I'm 65 and an old man. You never know with me. But I will see you next time. Later.
Bye bye.